Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Always thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your joining us. And remember, you can also go to our webpage to see other videos at www.armstrongwilliams.com. And by the way, it's brand spanking new. It's pretty hot. You see a lot of our videos there, a lot of activity. Our column. Oh, don't forget to read my column in today's Washington Times. I'm talking about how President Barack Obama's thoughts of hope is compromising America's security. But anyhow, I want to talk about David Letterman this morning. Many people have asked my opinion about David Letterman and what should happen. And doesn't this indicate this spiraling out of control of our value system? Actually, let me say this. David Letterman was not and is not an employee of CBS. David Letterman's company happens to contract with CBS. David Letterman, if according to the reports, were not married at the time that he had these several sexual liaisons with members of his staff. And his staff members were not married. I mean, these were adults who were very aware of what was going on. And because David Letterman was not employed by CBS, he did not have to adhere to their guidelines and their policies on this subject. While I think everyone should conduct themselves in a very professional manner, the last thing I would ever want to do is be involved with any employee on my staff, because I think it's very disruptive and it can very much destroy the company and destroy the morale of the company. But people are different. That's just my standard at the Right Side Productions and Graham Williams Group. I think this is a situation between David Letterman and the women he slept with and the court system if it gets there. I don't think that David Letterman should be fired or punished or reprimanded by CBS. If the marketplace does not like David Letterman's action, then you can just turn David Letterman off and not have to watch him. This is the marketplace decision. And I think the other thing about David Letterman is that what we need to understand, there are a lot of people, men and women, who are out there doing the same thing he's doing. Many of them are far less famous, and many people don't really care about them because they're not in the news, and you don't consider them to be role models. But this kind of activity goes on all the time. I remember when I was in Greece for a month a few years ago, and I was shocked to find that 98% of men who are married in Greece commit adultery. You know, Europeans have a far different take on infidelity and adultery. And I'm not saying that David Letterman committed adultery, because according to the reports, he was not married at the time. I mean, listen, that is his personal life. I have no interest in it. That's his business. There are far more things that we should be concerned with about healthcare, the economy, Afghanistan, Iran, Israel, Russia, China. I mean, they're too numerous to name. So look, that's his personal life. We need to stop snooping in people's personal lives. Unless these people out here dealing with kids and they're pedophiles and they're raping, then we should hold them accountable to the full extent of the law, and they should be punished according to what the law says. But other than that, you know what? I could care less what people do in their bedroom. That's their business. If CBS or if the marketplace wants to deal with it, that's on you. That's my opinion. So long.